Conversations on Reference. My name is Simon Ariciguera, and this is a podcast on libraries and librarianship. Okay, for today, for this week, for this session, I thought I'm going to talk a little bit about assessment and evaluation of library services, of library programs, and of course, of collection. As I said many times during my professional life, libraries, especially public libraries in the US, have or are or have to become, if they are not yet, the hub, the community hub. A library is a welcome institution. In my opinion, is the most democratic institution in America, okay? Where everyone in the community is welcome. The library, of course, the main function of the library, the main idea is to address the information needs of community members. That's what we are, okay? I have said in the past that the library is not only a physical building, it's a community, and it's a community that can go outside our physical limits, our physical building, and bring the library to other places too. So the library is a place where the community goes to find answers to their information needs, okay? And that's why librarians have a very important role to play. We offer in the libraries programs, we offer services, we offer a collection that may be a printed collection of sources, or maybe an electronic collection too, an online collection. We receive, or we should be receiving grants, the local, state, and federal level, and also from private enterprise. And with those grants, we can run programs, okay? Now, when we design a program, let's say a summer program, maybe a reading program for children, or it may be a information literacy a program for older adults, we have to, and we're going to get a grant. Of course, we have to design our program with goals. We have to have several goals. And then it is very important that we take into consideration how are we going to assess those goals and what it means failure and what it means success. Okay, so this is a similar to when we're doing research. This is a process of conceptualization. Okay, where we go to nominal definitions, and finally we go to operationalization. We can use many of the techniques that we use in social science research. We don't have to be as rigorous. We probably don't need to have a random participants and so on. But we could do like quasi-experimental designs that could work well in the library environment. Okay, for when I call quasi-experimental design, it means that it doesn't have the same rigorosity as a classical experiment, which has to have a random assignment to control an experimental group, a pre and a post test. Well, when we run a quasi-experimental design, maybe we won't have two groups and the participants won't be assigned at random, but we may have a pre and a post test, okay, after the experience. So if we are assessing a reading program for children, we have to think on how we're going to assess our goals of that reading program. The goals may be better reading comprehension, enjoyment, happiness, etc. Whichever goals we define in our program, we have to be able to measure them. That's why we need that operationalization, because we have to bring those ideas down to the real world so we can measure if our program was successful. Okay. And we could have, like, depending on how we have decided that we're going to measure if we have reached those goals, and very important too, if we know what success and failure means, then we can have our kids to take a I wouldn't say a test, but to go through an experience that you can measure at the beginning of the program, and at the end of the summer when the program is over, they can take a similar or they can go through a similar experience. And then you can compare how, for example, comprehension, reading comprehension have improved because of your because of the program. Okay, the program acts, if we want to get more academic, as an independent variable. Okay, it's the stimulus. Okay, the same thing we can do. We can do a survey too of if we have a reference desk and we want to know how our reference desk is working. Well, we can do a survey and survey those who have gone through the reference desk to see how satisfied they are in terms of the service that the reference desk is providing. This is very important because we have to show to our library board and community members and to the funding agencies that we are achieving the goals that we propose when we ask for a grant, when we ask for funding, okay? Also, it is important because we are responsible as professionals that what we are providing in the library is really affecting our community in a very positive way. So having those results and being able to show that to the public, maybe if we have a local newspaper or a local radio station, or through the library website, we can show what we have been doing during the summer and during the rest of the year by showing that we assess and evaluate what we are doing in the library. So please think about the importance of doing assessing and evaluation in your library, because being able to measure success and also being able to measure failure means that we, in case of failure, that we can change what we're doing and that we can reset and start a new program to see if we achieve success. So it's never a failure, okay? Even if we don't achieve the goals that we proposed in the beginning, or that we were confronting and that we want to improve, that doesn't mean that we have failed the experience. What it means is that in the next year, when we ask for more funding and when we're going to redo the program, then we have to rethink how we're going to do what we are supposed to do. But if we don't do assessment and if we don't do evaluation, we will never know if we're achieving the goals that we proposed in the first place. So think very carefully about all these ideas. And if you have any ideas, please let me know. This is Conversations on Reference, and my name is Simon Aristeguieta. Thank you.